Hey folks, welcome back to Shadow Empire. Alright, so let's have a look what happened over the last turn. Have a look at the vidcom. Okay, we are entering a time of relative calm. This is a long one, 25 turns. We're 8 turns in. This gives us 600 political bonus points this turn. We've researched a heavy guided RPG. So it's going to give us our infantry some hard attack where we need it. We've got a bunch of cards, including a political aid truck. Yeah, a few other bits and pieces. Now, let's have a look at the decisions. National budget. I'm not messing with this too much at the moment. I might just put a little bit more into model design. Motion that the number of victory points reach at least 1 point. Yeah, this is hard. Like, I don't think I can do that. So, look, let's have a look at the victory overview just quickly. They want us to be in, almost in the first position, is what they're asking for there. So Montes are actually at 13. Now we're getting a reason. Look, we're second. This is kind of, this is usually where I'm at this point in the game. There's usually one person ahead of me. We've got 6.9% of the population and 8.9% of the planet. Now we are going to get a lot more of the planet, but at some point we're going to have to go to war with someone. And the longer we leave it, the more difficult that's going to be, depending on our relative tech levels, right? I don't think this is possible for round 122. That's 9 rounds. That's not possible. So, yeah. Sorry, guys. Model design council task priorities. Okay, yeah. Look, so once we get a light aircraft, we're opening up these as well. There isn't much we can research here, though. So, really, the way it works is anything unused in design goes into model. We probably keep it 75%, 80%, something like that. Military Research Council, Military Research Council research objective. Sorry, folks, I'm struggling to read this morning for some reason. What do we want? Let's just have a look at our tech tree, figure out where we are. Okay, we've already broken down into propulsion here. Now, look, electric engines would be more interesting if there wasn't synthetic fuel, right? Because synthetic fuel just means you can just make your own fuel anyway, although it's not that efficient. Oh, by the way, with regards to the conversation I was having with you about, the monologue I was making about methane synthesis, synthetic fuel, deep core mining and all that. Deep core mining and methane synthesis, the output of the fuel changes depending on the planet type. Okay, so these can be actually very, very efficient compared to synthetic fuel. So methane synthesis can give a lot more than synthetic fuel, and so can deep core mining, depending on the planet. So that is why apparently synthetic fuel is here, because it's kind of like, if these two are weak, then at least you get synthetic fuel. The synthetic fuel isn't very efficient compared to these, generally speaking, if they are viable on the planet. I think that's how it works. But then you've got electric engines as well, which is kind of an interesting one. This one's cool in that you're not going to be needing to deliver fuel, I don't think. But then you still need to deliver energy cells. So I don't know, like, why would you have this? I don't get it. I guess if maybe if you are on a planet where you are really struggling and synthetic fuel's just not doing it for you. I can think of a couple of cases where that might be the case, like in a massive, massive war where you've got loads of tanks. You've only got one zone or something, so there's like, you've only got maybe a level 4 or level 5 synthetic fuel place, and yeah, you're having to fuel those tanks. Maybe, I don't know. Again, it's one of those where I'm sure there's a niche case for it. It just seems I've never found the need to build this ever. Fuel is just really easy to get. Okay, let me see. What else could we go for? Laser rifles we don't need yet, I don't think. It's kind of overkill at this point of the game, unless we're going up against a major. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe missiles. Missiles would be a good one because it will open up other techs for us as well. So it's probably the one to go for. There's also the quad machine gun. This is another one that I just don't really. I don't know. Look, I do build quad machine guns occasionally. So this is another question. I'll open this one up to the comments. What do you think about the quad machine gun? I think it's situationally useful. I mean, I'm trying to figure out why would you use this over the regular machine gunners? This is more expensive, generally speaking. Usually, I just find that usually by this point of the game, I've got a machine gunner model that just outstrips this anyway. I don't know. Like, you tell me. I mean, it's probably got a much higher, you know, soft attack. I guess that's the point of it. But I've never really seen that do very well.
Aye, aye, sir.
But then again, like we say, this is Shadow Empire, and you know, sometimes what seems to be a bit of a no-brainer often isn't. Maritime Trading House offering to buy industrial points in Boulder. They're wanting 526. Yes, we'll do this.
Roger that.
Because we not only do we need money, but we also need to raise up commerce. And we want Heinz O'Brien to like us again, because at the moment we've been snubbing them, and that's dropped our you know, relations with them. Now, there's no way on earth that we can afford the exorbitant prices they're charging for their shares, so we ain't got a hope of that. I think it was what, 13,000 or something they wanted. So yeah, that was just out of order. We couldn't pay that. Maritime Trading House talent recruitment drive. So this is going to cost us to increase meritocracy, or we decrease meritocracy. I don't want to go any lower than meritocracy, I don't think. Yeah, look, we're in danger of losing martial tournaments. We're also in danger of losing conflict resolution and going into autocracy. Autocracy sucks at this point in the game. I don't want that. So let's just... Yeah, we're just going to lose that relation again. Yeah, it's gone down to 70. These guys are going to be annoyed with us. We've got to be a bit careful here. Montes demands release of spy. Okay, we could get political points here. What are we going to get? 9 political points. So 8 because there's a 1 political point cost. This might make this guy like us more, the advisor. Or we can raise heart. I don't know. You care about heart, really?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Montes grudgingly paid up when we released their spy. Well, they shouldn't be spying, should they? Okay. What else have we got? Okay, so we've got a few troops that need replacements that won't be able to get them as far back in the, you know, in this as they are. So, actually, can we get replacements here? No. Ah, that's because we need to produce them first. They're bikes, aren't they? Okay, let's just see if we can replace these guys here. No, it's not letting us. Okay. Let's just move them back. They should, I mean, depending on the logistics, they should be able to pick them up. Got a decent... Let's just... Yeah, we don't have enough logistics coming in for them, so... somebody was complaining that I don't always replenish my troops. It's like, yeah, I do, but it depends. You don't always need to have fully replenished troops, and if it's going to slow you down in a big way to, you know, to push your troops back, then I don't do it, generally speaking. So, for example, we're not going to be able to get any replacements out to these guys. Excuse me, guys. I've had a bit of a problem over the last couple of weeks with my throat, so I'm constantly having to clear my throat. I apologise. I know it's really annoying. I usually would mute my mic, but it's just happening a lot. Okay, so yeah, so back to this issue. Yeah, I do when partly I don't. Sometimes I just don't remember. You don't always need to be honest. And the other reason is because if it's going to slow down my push, then I'm just not going to do it. Like it's more important for me to get moving quick, in my opinion. So it just depends. Sometimes I will do that. I know there are some, like certain players get really annoyed when I say and do things like that, because they're just like, oh, you're not playing right, and it's like, look, it doesn't really matter a whole lot. Usually those kind of troops, I try not to attack with them if they've got, you know, troops missing. And if it's just grunts or something, like, who cares really? Obviously if they've lost, sorry, we're losing a lot of veterancy, that can be a thing, you know, that can be a bit of an issue. But I'm not gonna lose sleep about it. Let's get these guys attacking in on this enemy force here. I'm gonna try and free up the machine gun troops who've been stranded. But yeah, generally speaking, you want to replace your troops. Obviously, I mean it's important. Hold on. Let's just attacking with these guys. Sorry, I'm gonna lose these, but I don't really care. That's one recon points. Yeah. So as you can see, I don't treat my troops particularly well always. I'm not really that bothered. I just want the job done, and there's plenty more troops on this map. Like, if you've got a high population, then don't worry about sending your troops into the meat grinder. It doesn't really make any difference. Obviously, if you're playing in a thematic way, right, and you're you really want to play, sort of role play in a way that you are looking after your troops, that's absolutely fine. You know, you do you. But I mean, where I use human wave tactics in this game where they're necessary, and also I find that unless I'm in a war with an AI, with a serious AI, then it's just not worth. It's not really worth kind of like fussing over a loss of 100, 200 troops here and there. You'll often see me advancing with troops like this. If I can't get replacements to them, that's just the way it is. Okay, there was also the discussion about how do we get down here. I've got 3 options. No, I've got 2 options. This is the way I see it. I go down this side and try to avoid these really heavy mountains. This is going to be expensive. This is what Trifler recommended. The other way is to go straight down the centre, because we've got to go down this way too. We can't get just one road down here and then get across here. That's just not going to work. So the only issue is I'm learning to hate putting roads on coastlines now. So I don't want to just like the only road we can get down here is on the coast. That's a bad idea. I think that's a bad idea. The other way that we could do it is just go straight down the centre, but this is going to be incredibly expensive. I think this way would be better. And then what we do is we just put the occasional road out here, or we just use we realise this is not going to be a safe logistics road, and we put a cheap road down here just to get people down that side. That might be one way of doing it. The problem is you can never guard it, so. You got to kind of balance the short-term industrial point consideration with the long-term logistical issue, I guess. We don't really have many industrial points this turn, so we can't really sell. We can't really do much. The 5th is just quite happy sat here. I don't think there's really much more we can do this turn, folks. Look at these guys. Let's get those guys moving in. Yeah, these buggies are no use here. Bring them back up into the mountains. By the way, I put some replacements on these Oceania here because they needed it. Again, like, look, really, if I was being smart, I'd redo this road system now so that our logistics aren't going around the road, around the coast. It's a really bad idea. I've learned this the hard way playing Oceania, but it's something we can figure out later. Yeah, not much more we can do on this turn, I don't think. We have got. Oh, I thought I had a worker privileges card. We don't. There's a couple of our zones that are kind of struggling a little bit with regards to worker happiness. Yeah, none of them are happy. We're not paying enough, but we can't really afford it. Let's just go to the urgent issues. Look, yeah, with 324 credits negative. So, yeah, that's partly because I just had to increase the red bar's contract for the trading. This is an unprofitable little island, to be honest. So I think what we're going to do is, like spending 80 credit. It's kind of costing me 80 credits a month in order just to get out. Just like one recycling place. I think what we do is we increase the size of this and just try and bust it out fast. Hold on. Oh yeah, we can't even get it up because red bar is. I suppose we could. We could delegate it to halfway. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I mean, we could delegate it to halfway. The problem is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I mean, that might be an idea. I don't think we've got any administrative strain there. Halfway is what? A small town? It is. And it's close to becoming a level 3 city as well. That's actually grown really quick. And the reason it is, by the way, it's taking people from Port Royal. So, yeah, that's not great. Really what we want to do is hopefully find some cloning places. Cloning places will help, cloning facilities will help there, but, we can get a couple more machines that we're going to need. Okay, guys, let's end the turn there. Alright, folks, we killed 500 infantry. Okay, the Alliance request has come again. Okay, so we made a promise to keep our BP assets up. This is important, by the way. Our word score is really low, so this is something we've really got to keep on top of. It's very, very important not to fail promises in this game. We've discovered jetpacks, which I like. I'm still getting my head around how to use them, though. We've developed Grunts 5, and we've completed research into hydroponics. Now, this, once we can get hydroponics up, is going to save our bacon a little bit. We're going to move away from agrarian agrarian kind of lifestyle with regards to, like, tens of thousands of farmers. It's super expensive. And we got a bunch of cards, including a commercial project, which might be quite good. Have we got one of those up in here? Yeah, right. Let's get a commercial project up here in red bar. Right, maybe not, because I don't know. Like, keeping red bar, like, red bar might be important for as a military base or something, but yeah, we need to start thinking about who to invade. Now we're starting to get some. Look, we are now starting to get some recon into Cortes. I was about to, say to you, by the way, guys, I paid for this and it never happened, but here we are. Look. So first of all, let's get a bunch of spies. Get a spy team, instead of spy ring into red bar. Into Cortes. 77, yes, yeah. Sir. Critical success, easy job.
Yes, sir.
Let's just get a whole bunch of spies in there, right? Yeah, we've got 26 spies in there now. So I think this is going to be. I think we really should invade these guys. They've just sent a whole bunch of troops over here. Now's probably the time, right? Maybe if we send the second. The second are quite, yeah, the second are quite experienced. I think the second would do pretty well. So let's see if we can get a transport contract. Now we've got to get it with. The problem is it's these people. I was going to swear then, but I try not to swear on my channel. Heresy. Now, who are? Yeah, it's heresy for both of these guys. They don't like us, and the trade contract was ridiculous, if I remember right. The transport. The contract costs were absolutely ridiculous. Now we do have 4 fate points. What we could do is we could manipulate them. Yeah, stranglehold. We could actually get them to like us with our card. I think that might be an interesting choice, right? So, useful choice. A change of heart. Go up by 4d10. Now that could just go up by 4, or it could go by 40. It's not going to be a big change, but let's play that on heresy. 32. We got a really good roll there. All right, that really helps. So we're up into the more positive relations now. So I think what we'll do is we'll ask for a transport contract and then see if we can get that done. Yeah, let's go with the transport contract with Kvassia Great Lake. And next turn, I think this is going to help us with our money issues, right? We go and take Cortes unit, and we should be able to take it. I think if we just land a bunch of troops on there, we'll try and get 7. We might get a couple of contracts. Maybe we get another one up after the first one. So we've got loads of logistics points going down there. We'll bang and maybe we just attack straight in, because I think these Cortes rifle battalions aren't gonna stand up for much. They're only 110 hit points. Where we've got, especially if we upgrade to the Grunt 5s. Actually, let's have a look what we've got with the Grunt 5 now. I just remember we got that model, didn't we? We also got a tank destroyer as well we've not looked at. Yeah, it's got a bad weapon, but other than that, it's okay. It's not abysmal. Rocketeer's really bad though. At least the structural design's okay, but I'm probably not going to use a lot of those. Okay, I don't know what it is with model design. We've got someone bad in the model. I don't know if is this just bad luck that I'm just getting such awful rolls on everything, like sub 80 on nearly every, nearly every time. Or am I just reading this wrong? Like, we've always got one sub 80. I guess that's gonna get the odd bad roll. We got decent armor at least. Anyway, Grunts 5. Okay, that base design was really good look, and yeah, this is a decent model. We've got 102 soft attack. This should be killing, yeah, look, it's twice as good, almost twice as good as Grunts 4. What techs have we got? Advanced sensor, personal armor with the personal armor optimization, so they got more armor. They're using Gauss rifle as well. Let's just obsolete the Grunts 2 now. The Grunts 3 with the padded rifle and the Enviro suit, they're absolutely fine for garrison duty. Okay. In that case, the second, I want to... How do we go about this? Yes, we go to Grunts 4, we go to mass upgrade. Click on Grunts 5. All units in the same OHQ. And we upgrade them. Now, 216 in, industrial points. Yeah, we got 900, and then we've got 100 metal.
Roger that.
Okay, so we got them all. Okay, these guys now are in a position where they can go and invade. So I think we're going to go and do that. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll start moving these. They can't move yet, but we'll start, you know, moving them up in the next couple of turns, and then we'll invade Cortes. And I think that's going to be, you know, that'll be a good place for us to take. Actually, from Cortes, we could then probably attack into this south place, meaning we don't need to worry too much about getting down here too far. Let's have a look. Yeah, we're going to have to extend this road, look. 600. That hurts, man. That hurts. But we got to do it if we're going to keep moving. We've got to keep getting down into this area down here. Okay. Let's try and get all of this turn. We can't get any. Yeah, these guys are well out of supply. I might have to rescue them with a road next turn. No biggie. Let's get those trying to cover as many of these as possible. These are probably well out of, yeah, they're well out of command range. Those are still within. So are they. Okay. They got quite a lot of troops here. Okay, these got the replacements. Look, these bikes. Let's get them down here. How close are they to pushing in? Not that close. Yeah, we can't raise a formation here this turn. Okay, let's have a look at the decisions anyway. Motion commerce profile reaches at least 57 points for 141. That's easy to do. So let's accept that. It should be easy anyway. Setting salaries for the leaders. Let's just have a look at, like, for example, we're paying the advisors a lot. Let's just have a look at the... Yeah, their relation's low, look. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Let's just get all, and then just, we're going to sort by low relation. This guy doesn't like us very much at all. Art enforcement and meritocracy. We might have to play a card on him. That's about, you know, just under a 50% chance of working, but it's only 4 political points.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it went up 9. That's better than nothing. Probably play that again.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no, it went up 3 that time. Okay, so you can't keep doing that. But yeah, we spent 200 credits basically, and 10 political points, and that raised it a little bit. So, Diesel Floraman. Yeah, he went up to 50. That's still bad. It's still low, but you know, it's kind of on the threshold of him causing problems. Yeah. I'm going to save my fate points for the time being. What else have we got? So yeah, I don't know. This kind of want to drop these, to be honest, but yeah, just no changes. Just leave it as it is at the moment. Staff Council task priorities. Operationalizing stuff is important. I don't really use that many of these now, to be honest. I do like them. Some of them are fun, but for the most part, this is one area of Shadow Empire I think that probably the whole the way the order of battles work, I think could do with a bit of an overhaul. I don't like that you're just randomly rolling for stuff for all these myriad different staff types. You know, these order of battle types, equipment types. I don't know. I wonder if it could be done in a kind of more interesting way. Because as it is, look, I mean, it's just it's like either you want something or you don't, right? Like it's like, okay, I want siege infantry, so, but you got to randomly get it. It's not like you get much choice. So I don't know. I actually think the customized formation types is, we could just replace it with this and just build them all yourself. I think I'd prefer that, to be honest. I guess in this way, at least it gives you more options at the expense of, yeah, I'm just going to leave this. It's at the expense of, you know, complexity, I guess. I don't know. I don't really care about any of these. I think with the Economic Council, we're getting to the point where We're just trying to get through to some of the, you know, the later game stuff. We've got everything that we really need here. Nuclear power plant might be useful just so we can start getting that kind of, you know, in the bag. Serpentinization. Yeah, that just gives you energy from the rock, from, you know, kind of like deep core mining, except it's another one. It's like, okay, so this one creates energy straight from, you know, from breaking up, you know, from the rocks. I guess that's another one that probably works better on certain types of maps. I might go for that just to see what it does. To be honest, I'm interested just to see. Model count, model design. Now, the Oceania we can probably increase, and we might make use of those. So let's go. Yeah, we've only got a machine gun on it at the moment. Let's get a Gauss machine gun on it and make it really, really meaty. The other thing is we can probably, well, we could probably replace the 50mm steel plating. The problem is, look, we don't have many rares at the moment. Oh no, now we're starting to get more. Maybe what do you reckon? I mean, we could halve the weight and then increase the armor. 50mm polyplating. The problem is it's 8 rare metals, but we could try that. Even put a light diesel engine on it, look, and that would, the total weight would only be 185 because it's really, really light. So yeah, I mean, we can try that. Let's see how it works. I actually looked at the Oceania, and its soft attack is actually less than our Grunts 4. So if you look at the Grunts 4, soft attack was 64, look, whereas on the Oceania it was 46. But the Oceania 3, yeah, this is going to be really big. It's going to be, providing we get a decent model, you know, upgrade, and we got some field testing on this thing. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, we're going to operationalize something. Mechanized light infantry is probably a good bet here. I think that's the best thing we could go for. I've also got the option to create a custom formation type. I don't know. Like, we could probably, for example, if we're thinking we're going to come up against enemy aircraft, we could add manpads to these, to the infantry, or we could add RPGs to an infantry battalion, or we could, or, you know, to the machine gun infantry, we could add. Okay, so here's the sort of thoughts that I would go with. Anti-tank gun is a good one. You can add RPGs. One you can add manpad. Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of stuff you can do depending on the job that you need. It's not a terrible idea to add motorcycles. I know some people don't like the idea of that, but it's actually better than it looks, because you get, you know, now that we've got the changes to recon, that's a viable thing to do, in my opinion. You can add armor if you're using them in defense. You know, you could stick something like a tank destroyer on them, for example, if you're expecting to be attacked by a lot of tanks. Anti-tank gun's probably a better thing to do. I'm not going to do much with this yet. I'm just going to save these customization points. We don't really need to worry about that too much yet. We've got a major worker strike in Red Bar. Let's just give them some demands. Yeah, because we need to raise our democracy level a little bit. Yeah, autocracy's at the top at the moment. If we could get strength of the will, that would be nice, because the bunker busters would be really, really cool. They are really, really good for getting through fortifications. They work really well. Maritime Trading House offering to buy industrial points in Port Royal. Heresy, yeah, okay. 92 credits for 16. Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
Aye, sir.
That's a nice little deal. Handel Brian is proposing an alliance. No.
Roger that.
No, not doing that. Okay, we've got like 30 turns to get our commerce up, by the way. Elisario is offering to improve relations. No, you see, these guys are our neighbours. This would have been worth doing, right? So we can get better trade. The thing is, I think we were already trading with them. I think we looked, didn't we? We looked at the treasury cash flow overview, and we were making some trade money with them. Elisaria, yeah, we're making 40 credits a turn. That's not insignificant, by the way. That's kind of paying for some of our. That's like paying for one of our trading one of our maritime trading house things. I think it was 80, so they're paying for half of our contract to Red Bar. So the more of those we can get, the better. We probably want to start making friends with more people if we can. I think that might be a good idea. I like the idea of this. The problem is I just can't afford it. If we've got if we had something to sell, I would be highly tempted to do that, because they keep making this offer, by the way. Yeah, we don't really have any. Look, we've got nothing really we could sell. We don't really have the cash to do this, unfortunately. If you just look at the trade prices index. By the way, Vic actually has added some functionality in here. He's kind of got it backwards though. So I really wish, right, that instead of when you click on it, it shows you just one. I wish it actually just dropped it out so that you could click on all of them. You know, like if you wanted to see one. I don't know how you do it, but maybe shift click or something. And then, you know, have the normal click should be just to remove that particular graph. Because, for example, when I was playing my 3 skills play and I had 50 odd zones or 60 zones, this was just thick. You know, you couldn't see it. It was just really bad. Like, for example, if you looked at the logistical, oh, I don't know, something like this, like zone hunger, for example, you wouldn't be able to see any of these. They were all just crushed up together. So if you know, it would have been nice to be able to just drop some of them out. Like, you know, okay, I just want to see this one, and this one. Okay, but I think that's something that's coming. Anyway, according to this new roadmap. Yeah, we can't do this. It's a shame. I don't want to lose the commerce. Can we get some credits? I don't think Port Royal's got any credits. Got 500, yeah, so they've only got 500 credits and they're just losing credits all the time. I don't know what's going on there. I think they're just paying too much on income tax. What is going on here? There's not got enough people working in this farm. That's the problem. People are leaving. Yeah, the population of Port Royal is going down. This is really bad. I need to fix this somehow. Just to see what the population of these places is like. Maxi is just staying where it is. Boulder's increasing, which is fine with me. We've also got Mart Cove here. Yeah, they're increasing too. It's Port Royal. Port Royal's got a bit of an exodus. I don't know. I think that there's not enough free folk basically to coming in. Maybe I'll just put some of these colonists back in here.
Aye, aye, sir.
Just send 50. Yeah, we'll send some colonists back in here. This is part of the problem. We're not getting any money. So most of their industry is based around, you know. Yeah, we've not even got enough people working in the light industry. Look. So I think that's the issue. We need more people in here. Yeah, they've only got like a third of the population working here. This is really bad. I don't know what you can do about that. I guess we can put some more investment in, but the problem is the more assets they create, the more it's diluting the pool of people. We need to attract people in. Also, I don't want to be paying people to do this, to do the quality of life, because you know the more you're paying, you know, the more you're putting into hospitals and all this other stuff. For a start, the more you're taking from the normal population to work in there, but there's no one to be attracting in here now either. So yeah, what are you going to do? I guess it's just going to be one of those dying cities. Let's look at Maxia. Maxia's got a load of private funds, but we don't want to be spending it. Their economy's doing fine. They're actually, by the way, the way the luxury private economy works, or you know, the private luxury economy works, is that they translate some of their food, or they transfer some of their food and water into luxury products. The luxury products are then used to attract free folk, basically, and it also affects happiness, I believe. So, yeah, if you can basically get people making stuff, manufacturing things, you know, with the more assets, then they're gonna start creating these luxury products. So people in Port Royal are happy. They're just bleeding away to go to other places. Yeah, we need more population. We're gonna have to invade Cortes here. I think we need to go and invade Cortes. And if that does, you know, like after that, if that's not fixed things, we're gonna have to go to war with the major and start taking some major places. Because this is a nice little adventure. We're gonna get loads of points for the mass. This is a big continent, but yeah. All right, let's see what we can do here. We'll attack him with the independent unit. I don't care if they die. Let's just get some recon points in. Okay, they didn't quite. I mean, they survived that without losing anyone either. See if we can get these guys in, attack him. Oh, at least lost some troops there. Okay. We probably need to upgrade some of these up to the newest model. I can't even remember what model these are now. Grunts 4, are they? Okay. Okay, we can't do that this turn. Just attack with these guys in. Okay, we broke those easy. That means we've got... Look, we are attacking with 2 different OHQs, which is always going to cause a bit of a problem. I do want to maintain this border, though. That's the thing. We could probably kill them quickly if we brought more units down, but I want to keep my border up. I'm in no hurry to defeat this. Like, it makes really no difference to the game at all. Let's get those tanks up here. I don't know if we'll be able to actually get those in to do the job that I want them to do in Cortes. Yeah, I mean, getting them over, it depends. We'd have to get a port up and then build the port. So yeah, interesting choice. Anyway, folks, I'm going to end the episode here, I think. There's not really much more we can do. We're going to have to decline this Oceania thing, and that's annoying because we're going to lose commerce points. Spies in Oceania found info. We were working on the syndics. I think now we'll just leave it. Like, the reason being is because I'm actually more sold on the idea of being friends with them than I am attacking them. At least for the time being. It's not going to hurt them to have a bit of political diversity. Okay, folks, we'll catch you in the next episode. Take it easy.